What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Chilporial. This is the 97th one. I made sure my buddy who made the thumbnail put that on there. But yeah, it's also my birthday too. So this is a birthday Chilporial as well. So with me, I got Michael. What's up, Michael? It's been a while.
Yeah, I just want to say, thanks for having me, first of all. And also, I kind of guess you could say this has been the breaking of my radio silence. So, I guess for everyone who is in the tutorials community, who's also part of EBN, hi, it's good to see everyone again. And yeah, it really has been a while. So, it's really good to be back.
Yeah, it's been a while since. Yeah, I mean, I met you and your brother in Virginia. It's almost like it's going to be 3 years. It's going to be 3 years. So yeah,
hmm
I wanted to have you on for the longest time. I know you. Are you still serving right now?
Oh, yeah, I still am. And
By
I
the
was
way,
going to say,
thank you for your service.
oh, thank you. I actually came back stateside like 2 months ago from a tour in Poland.
Poland, really?
Yep.
What part of Poland?
Um, it was kind of like a little bit closer to the Berlin border or so. Like I think like 2 hours, and you would have been inside of Berlin or so.
Oh, okay, all right. I've never been there. I'd love to go there.
Yeah.
The only two movies I've seen that take place in Poland are Holocaust movies. So yeah,
Well then.
Pianist takes place in Warsaw, and Schindler's List takes place in Krakow. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. But I hear Poland's really beautiful, and like it's one of the few places that is safe, and they don't go crazy with taking people in. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can confirm that it is very safe, and I would say it's also very nice where it's very beautiful country, and honestly, I could talk about it all day. There's some
Yeah,
of course, keep in mind I was there for work, and there's some things about work I can't say due to operational security. Just want to put that out there as a disclaimer. But
he's defending my freedom.
yeah, basically.
Just mine, just mine.
So
No, everyone else, ugh, no.
yeah, sorry, PJ. You already defended freedom. So
I had him on. I had him on a few months ago. So
oh, that's cool.
yeah, newly married. So
Mhm. Yeah. So, anyways, what do we got for today? I know that we talked about wanting to do like some stuff regarding Zelda, and then I might have
uh
missed something, but there was also some controversy with Nintendo recently.
yeah. There's a couple of things. By the way, before we even go any further, I want to say I actually got a couple of people. So this is my friend Kyle Dread Roberts. He made the thumbnail. So yeah,
hmm
so I shared that with you.
Thanks.
Good guy. And of course, we got Stig Kenobi. You know,
Yeah.
another fellow nerd, fellow fantasy fan. So yeah, we've been we've been jingling each other on X, just like
hmm
posts and all that stuff. So um, but yeah, there was some controversy with. I'll start with Zelda since this is today is Ocarina of Time's birthday.
Oh, oh yeah. I was gonna
Yeah.
say I think I saw something about that recently, and how it was also recently voted as #1 game of all time or so.
Yeah, it was number one game of all time for for as long as I can remember. Like there used to be this website called Game Rankings, and Game Rankings used to like take in all of like the scores from all the different video game journalist publications and all that.
hmm
And Ocarina was like number one for the longest time, and then I think the first Super Mario Galaxy supplanted that. But I actually did mention that website in my video. So
Nice.
like I put everything that I remembered or everything that I read up about into that video, that 5 hour video I made. So I did try to promote it again on X. Not I mean, a few people liked it, and that was it because I don't have the reach, and I got rid of the blue check because the blue check was a waste of money in my opinion.
Yeah, and plus it's not it was really worth anything in the first place. Just means you probably are on there more than you probably should have, but
So yeah,
like some other.
did you see this? Did you see these images right here?
Oh yes. Yeah, I was actually touching up on this a little bit.
So I got a question for you. I mean, I mean, you're obviously a big Star Wars fan, um,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm assuming you've seen Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
What like what kind of movie now you've played Zelda, so what kind of
Mm-hmm.
movie, like what do you expect from a live action Zelda movie? Like do you expect them to go into dungeons and and try to survive, kind of like the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark, or
Honestly,
yeah, or do you think they go on to like some sort of Lord of the Rings type of adventure?
honestly, I don't really have that much of expectations because the brand of Legend of Zelda is so unique. And I have thought about it a little bit where I do kind of expect it to be more of a epic adventure instead of just going into dungeons because I think that would be kind of hard to capture on film, like the whole dungeon
Yeah,
crawling and such.
so I'm thinking it's gonna be like maybe it'll be like a race against time. Like they're trying to obtain this MacGuffin,
Yeah,
and this
basically.
and this and like there's so like Link and Zelda are racing against like maybe a Ganondorf to obtain this this relic. Maybe it's a Triforce. Maybe it's something that leads to the Triforce.
Hmm.
I'm curious if like this is going to be like part one of like three or something. So like maybe like this first part, they look for they look for like this MacGuffin that will give them access to the Master Sword, and then the second film, they are seeking the Master Sword to get access to, you know, access to the realm that has the Triforce, and then of course at the end of that third film, the final battle, for possession of the Triforce,
Hmm.
will happen, and all of life, has a stake in this. So, I mean, I don't know how that sounds.
Yeah, I
Sounds
think
pretty. It
that.
sounds pretty cool to me. But I know with today's writers,
Mhm.
they're gonna do something stupid, and they're not gonna make it as epic as it could be.
Well, maybe, but let's see who is under the writing team anyhow. Like, do we
I
know who
think the
that is?
Maze Runner. I think the guy that directed. Let me look. The guy that directed the Maze Runner. By the way, what's up, Salty? What's up, Nas?
Hmm.
Zelda movie.
I
Is
was
this
gonna say, I did
20?
hear that Wes Ball was gonna be the director, and personally, I did like the Maze Runner movies, even if they weren't the greatest films. I still enjoyed them, so
Is that
I'm
is that
intrigued. As,
is that all that he did so far? Was
um,
the Maze Runner films? I haven't seen those.
um, let me check to see what else he did actually, because I'm pretty sure that those were his claim to fame, but that isn't all that he's done. Where, oh, he actually recently directed Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay, I did not like that one.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I feel like it could have been a little bit better.
Yeah, especially when you had the earlier Caesar films, and of course the
Mhm.
earlier Planet of the Apes films. Like I don't know, like my second biggest video is my Planet of the Apes original 1968, Charlton Heston one video.
Mhm.
So there's still like there's still a lot of like genuine interest in that original film. Have you ever seen
Yeah,
the Mark Wahlberg one, by the way?
the Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, the one that came out in like
No,
2002.
no, but I heard it sucked.
Yeah, it kind of did. It did good. I mean, it wasn't the worst, but it was like they took a lot of the like they stole a lot of the ideas from the original novel. like the way it ends on that massive cliffhanger. They go back to Earth and everyone's an ape. That was a twist in the original book. So very different from very different from the original film. So, but yeah, I didn't like the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It was just I don't know. I fell asleep during that one.
Mhm.
So,
I think
um,
I watched it as part of like when I was traveling to and from the States and Poland or so, and I think I liked it, but I mean, like you said, when you have a film series just as good as the original Caesar films, like from the mid 2000s, it's kind of hard to top those.
yeah, I remember that third film was just that film just broke my heart. And I'm
Yeah.
hoping. I mean, I'm not expecting anything dark with Zelda, but I'm expecting there to be some. I expect there to be some heavy hits, like like if you remember Ocarina, the Deku Tree. Spoiler alert: the Deku Tree dies. The Deku Tree is kind of like Link's Obi-Wan in a way. Kind of plays that Obi-Wan role, I'd say.
Yeah,
And then
I
he's
think
kind
so
of
too.
on his own. He has to go out into the world and grow up and be an adult and deal with
Yeah,
the world. And then of course then he meets
yeah,
Zelda, and then he gets he basically gets he basically finds out his destiny, and then and then his path goes forward from there. And I'm curious if it's the same thing here. Here now, the big controversy for this image right here is the fact that Zelda is wearing a quiver with arrows, basically.
I see. Okay.
So a lot of people are like, "Wait, how come she has arrows?" And I'm like, "Well, if you've ever seen the original animated cartoon from the late '80s, early '90s,
Hmm.
she wielded a bow and arrow. So Link had the sword, and the sword shot out those sword beams like the original Zelda did, and Zelda had the bow and arrow. And the arrow was in the original game. The arrow basically you had unlimited arrows as long as you had rupees. So every time you shot an arrow, you had to pay a rupee for every arrow you shot. That's just how the original mechanic was. So it
Hmm.
was, and I think it was they used that same idea in the cartoon. I don't know how, but they played that rupee sound effect whenever she shot an arrow. Um, so she was still pretty, she was, even though she was a princess, she was hardly. I mean, she was a damsel sometimes, but she fought too. And I mean, if you played, I mean, you played Wind Waker, you've played Twilight Princess. I think they might have even done Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't been Tears of the Kingdom, so I don't know for sure. But she helps you by shooting the arrow at Ganon so that you can hit him, so that he'll be distracted, so you can hit him basically, and then you guys work together. And so I see this controversy here as kind of unfounded.
Yeah, I mean, I personally wasn't aware of it. Also, since you really won't find me on X anymore. But I don't know, it just feels like people are getting upset over nothing, really.
Oh,
Like,
wait until the Metroid. I have to find the Metroid.
yeah,
To find a Metroid video.
yeah. But I was gonna say that I will kind of spoil Tears of the Kingdom if that's all right.
That's fine.
But they kind of did make Zelda more of a hero and less of a damsel, where she actually took part in fighting Ganondorf in the past when she was transported to the past through one of the tears, like the tear gems that like Ganondorf used. But aside from that, I mean, I don't really see an issue with this. Like, I'm pretty sure that there's a way that they can balance out the damsel in distress type of thing, and then balance out like her not just being a one note damsel in distress.
And I had this conversation with someone online. You know why Zelda, when she gets captured at the tail end of Ocarina, right before you head off to confront Ganon himself,
Yeah.
why that was such a big deal? Because throughout the game built her up as this, like, as basically, you find out that she was Sheik, that she was doing all this crazy stuff, like she was fighting, and she was a ninja and all that. She could vanish, so she was pretty powerful. And yet, despite all that, Ganon was able, once she revealed herself, Ganon was able to, lock her up in the crystal and take her away without actually being there. So in that case, it really elevated him, and it really elevated the stakes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
When you build up a character, when you set them up and they're really powerful, but yet the villain still manages to, you know, to take them, that just tells you how much stronger the villain actually is, and how well, when I first played, I was kind of terrified to go. I was kind of terrified to go forward. I was 14. I was the perfect age to get into this type of storytelling. I mean, this game is the reason why I got into Lord of the Rings and got interested in the hero's journey itself. Was really because of this game and the narrative that it spun. I mean, the other games were good, but I was more invested in this one than I was in any of the previous ones.
Yeah, let's see. I kind of saw it differently where this was actually the third Zelda game that Paul and I had ever played, where the first one was Minish Cap for the Game Boy, which was pretty good. And I
Oh,
think it's probably,
with the hat, the talking hat. It's funny
yeah.
how they reuse ideas, and like Nintendo reuses ideas for like because they did the same thing, but in Mario Odyssey. If you played Mario Odyssey, like he has the talking hat in that one too. He just doesn't turn. He doesn't. I don't know if he shrinks. Actually, does he shrink at all in Mario Odyssey? I'm trying to remember now.
No, he
No.
doesn't.
Okay. Not really. Not even to. I guess not. No.
I
No.
mean, he does kind of shrink if you like turn into a smaller animal, but I don't think that counts.
No. I guess not. No, you're right. But yeah, it's just like that idea, and of course, Ocarina had Ganon coming out of the painting boss fight in the Forest Temple. They used that idea to create a link between worlds, where Link, you know, is able to turn himself into a painting on the wall, and he could crawl on the wall, along the walls, to areas that were inaccessible before. And I think that was a brilliant move on
Oh
Nintendo's
yeah,
part. Yeah. If you've played that game, if you haven't, that's fine. But it's a great. I loved it because it was originally supposed to be a remake of A Link to the Past, but they ended up deciding, it's gonna be a follow up. It's gonna be like a follow up, like 4 or 5 generations later. So
yeah. I think I tried playing that one, but honestly, I think I lost my 3DS, so I really don't know where it is at the moment, and so I can't finish the game.
I think when I went to pick that one up, that when it came out, that was 12 years ago now. I think I was like the only person that went to pick up that particular game at midnight at GameStop, and
Hmm.
everyone else, all the kids were all the young kids who are now, they're not so young anymore, but they're all picking up, like all the high school kids were picking up like Call of Duty or something.
Yeah, and that really didn't age well as time went on.
Don't they still? I think they still make them. So I don't know. I've never gotten into those, but
Yeah.
um, but I mean, other than that, like I'm with the way fantasy has been, like between shows like Wheel of Time, which is total crap, Rings of Power, which was just, I don't know why they even made that, and then The Witcher
Mm,
was just ruined by bad showrunners.
hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
curious about how Zelda's going to turn out, because this could be a good thing. I mean, like sometimes I've been surprised, and people I didn't think would do a good job actually did do a good job. So,
Hmm.
um, Wes
Yeah.
Ball behind this is, I'm not sure, because of how much I didn't like Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So,
Yeah.
um,
I think he's a competent director, at least with, I guess, B-rated films, because I mean, I know that somebody said in here that they didn't like Maze Runner, but I personally liked it, and I personally think he did a good job. But I'm not going to elevate that to the same status as The Hunger Games, since I think The Hunger Games were an objectively better series of films.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen those either. So
Yeah. Now, here's like my only concern, and I'll also ask this to you as well. How are they going to make a character out of Link? Because for the longest time, with the exception of any dialogue options that are made through gameplay, he's a silent protagonist. So, how could they keep that part of his character true to the source material without making him like super bland, I suppose, is what I'm wondering.
I mean, the reason why they called the character Link was because you were basically you were Link. Basically, the player was Link, linked to the game, linked to the world. So, um, I mean, they've had, like I said, they've had manga where Link had dialogue. They've had comics where Link is kind of this very. I mean, he's like he's basically he's like he's a young man. He's trying to learn the ways of the world and all that. Um, and he just has this noble aspect that makes him want to help others. And I mean, the first Zelda, the canonical way he gets involved in the story is by
Hmm.
rescuing Impa, old woman Impa from Moblins, basically, and then she's the
Okay.
one that imparts upon him the quest to go find the eight pieces of the Triforce of Wisdom so that he can save Zelda and defeat Ganon, and get the trend, of course, save Hyrule and get the Triforce and retrieve the Triforce of Power. So, um, so basically, I mean, there's manga out there. There's manga from. So I'm guessing he's supposed to be. I don't know if he's going to be more. I mean, the actor is like 17 right now. So I'm taking he's going to play more of an adult Link than a child Link. I mean, he looks like a kid though. So maybe he'll either play a more innocent childlike Link, or he'll play more of an older, more of an older veteran type of character, maybe more stoic. Or maybe he'll be crass like the original animated, like, "Hey, excuse me, princess," something like that. Or maybe cocky. I don't know. Like there's a lot of directions they can go with this.
Yeah.
But
Question.
they're not going to do the silent protagonist thing. That's for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Apparently, Nos has a question for me about the game Deus Ex. I've actually never played that game. Like, I don't really know. I don't think I've heard of that game until you said something. So,
Yeah, that this is practic. This is a meme at this point. So our friend Nosferatu the vampire,
mhm.
if whenever he shows up, he always asks whether or not you've played Deus Ex.
Oh,
Um, so if you failed to play Deus Ex, then I'm not sure he considers you a real person. Like he still doesn't consider me a real person because I haven't played it either.
hmm.
So, but that's just the way the world is.
Yeah.
So, but
So,
we love Nas. We love Nas.
yeah, yeah.
And yes, I guess yeah, Ocarina, no, Deus
Mm,
Ex, greatest game ever.
mm.
I guess. Yeah.
I guess if
You know the
that's what he
guy.
wants to think.
The guy that made Epic Mickey. I don't know if you've ever heard of Epic Mickey
Oh
on the
yeah.
Wii. The guy that made Epic Mickey, Warren Spector, I think was one of the key people on the first Deus Ex game.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, and my buddy and I met. went to that Epic Mickey panel at New York Comic Con years ago. It was like
Mm-hmm.
2010. And he was a dick. He was a dick to my friend. So that's kind of when I learned that a lot of video game developers are jerks. So, but yeah, that's basically what it was. So yeah, it was indeed Warren Spector. Yeah, so okay, I got that. And I like how he has Ernest on his avatar. So,
Yeah, that's funny.
but the I wanted to talk about. So that's pretty much Zelda. I mean, there's not really much else to talk about that they revealed. I mean, I think there'll be a trailer sometime next year. So this is going to be a 2027 release. By the way, what do you think of? Did you see the Super Mario Galaxy trailer?
Oh yeah, I thought it was a pretty good trailer, and I think it looks like a solid follow-up.
Did you like the first Mario movie?
Oh yeah, I thought it was really good.
Did you? I thought I liked how they incorporated the platforming aspect of Mario into the movie.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was really clever. Like especially in the beginning, you see that like 2D segment where they're jumping over garbage cans and bouncing off of railings on apartments in Brooklyn. I love that they brought the Brooklyn aspect back because that was something I grew up with in the old Super Mario Super Show.
Hmm.
And then of course they go down a drain pipe and they end up in the Mushroom Kingdom, which is how the old show was, and that's how the canon was for me for years when I was growing up. I didn't, yeah. And then Yoshi's Island, came out in the '90s, and that completely killed that mythology for me. So because then
Yeah.
in that game, it was revealed that Mario and Luigi were born in the Mushroom Kingdom, like they were delivered by the stork, and of course, Kamek and his weirdo Magic Koopa ways, tries to kidnap Mario and Luigi, and to be taken away or something, and Mario falls and lands on Yoshi, and then that's where the adventure begins. They go look for Luigi, baby Luigi. They have to
Hmm.
fight baby. They have to fight baby Bowser, and it gets. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game. I consider it a solid Mario game, even though it's not really a Mario game. But a lot of the mechanics in that game were carried into other Mario games, like 64. Like the ground pound was established in Yoshi's Island, of all things.
Oh
Um,
nice.
yeah, um, so I thought I so there's a lot of fond memories, and of course at the end of the first movie they had that little what was it, what they call those post credit scenes, and they revealed Yoshi, they revealed the Yoshi egg. So
Hmm.
in this new movie, they're going to have Yoshi, and they're going to go into space, and Rosalina is going to be played by, of all people, what's her name from Captain Marvel? I can't think of her name now.
Oh, Brie Larson.
Brie Larson is going to play Rosalina.
Yeah, I think I recently watched a Critical Drinker video about her, and I mean, I don't really like her all that much as an actress, and really much as a person, just based off of what I've heard.
I was just
But
surprised of all the actors that they could have selected. Like there's
yeah,
so many actresses that they could
yeah,
have selected. But I guess I don't know. I listened to her voice, and I didn't think she was too bad, to be honest.
yeah. I think that she could do very well as long as she doesn't run her mouth like she tried doing in her Marvel days.
Yeah, I like to think that she won't, but who knows at this point. So uh, I liked how she tried to say, "Oh, I would love to play Samus. I'm the biggest Nintendo fan." Like, sure you are, sure you are. I
Mm,
just don't. Whenever an actor says stuff like that, I never believe him.
yeah, I
I'm
can't
a
say
I'm
I
a
blame
big fan. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're just trying to score points. So,
you. Hmm.
um, but yeah, I thought the Galaxy movie was fine. There's been really no Mario. I don't think there has been a. I'm sure there is a Mario controversy somewhere if you look far enough. But
Yeah,
the
I think
big
the
yeah the big I'm gonna close out this one. The big issue is with Metroid Prime. So
Hmm.
Metroid Prime, they released footage. They released some gameplay footage. Now, have you ever played Metroid Prime?
Honestly, no, I've not played, but
So Metroid is a very different type of beast compared to Mario and Zelda. I mean, it's got more in common with Zelda than it does with Mario. So Zelda can be very atmospheric. It's very you're off into the world. You're usually by yourself, except for well, Navi will interrupt you. Hey, listen,
hmm.
that gets annoying. But in Metroid, you when you play as Samus, whether it's in the the classic 2D games or the the first person shooter first person adventure, the first person shooter Prime games, you're basically by yourself on this planet that's it's not an open world. It's more contained. It's more it's more claustrophobic in a way, and the music's usually very there's a lot of atmosphere. Like it Metroid games are known for their atmosphere, and there's like points of like terror and all that. It takes a lot of cues from the first Alien movie,
Yeah.
especially
Would
the
you
whole.
say would you say it's has a little bit more in common with Dead Space?
Yeah, Dead Space. I mean, it's not I don't consider Metroid a survival horror, but there are horror elements. Like the music can be very brooding and menacing,
Hmm.
especially like in the game Super Metroid or the first Metroid. You're on the planet Zebes, and you go deeper and deeper into the planet. And as you go deeper and deeper into the planet, you're getting closer to you're getting closer to more dangerous traps and more dangerous enemies, and of course the guardian bosses of the mother brain, basically. And
Hmm.
like I said, the music gets more menacing, the enemies get more dangerous, everything's trying to kill you, the flora and the fauna are basically trying to kill you. And then when you think you're safe, all of a sudden a self-destruct countdown just pops up out of nowhere, and you have to get the heck off the planet, basically. And that's how usually Metroid games end. And that took its cue right from the first Alien, because that's how the first Alien. It didn't. That's how she has to get off the Nostromo because they're trying to
Hmm.
blow up the ship with the alien because they can't engage the alien. I mean, imagine if you're a truck driver and you all of a sudden there's this alien that is impervious to your weapons and is killing you off one by one. What are you gonna do?
You're gonna
You're gonna
drop
you
you're gonna drop the trailer if it's stuck in the trailer.
exactly. So, um, but yeah, that's where I mean that's basically how Metroid is, and you're by yourself. You have nobody with you. Well, this Prime Four just revealed that there are NPCs that go on missions with you. And not only does that happen, they talk. Like there's this one Miles McKenzie, engineer nerd character, that is like a quippy Marvel character. So
Hmm.
when you're experiencing when you're experiencing the world and you're experiencing tension and all that, the character is dropping the tension because of his stupid humor, his quippy humor.
Hmm.
I mean, characters like they're usually designed to relieve tension, but that's not what you want to do in a Metroid game. You don't want to relieve the tension. You want to
To let it build up.
let it build up and experience it. Basically, that's what it is.
Hmm.
So I got a video up. Let's see if I can um, stop screen. I want to share it really quickly, and
Sure.
let's watch a little bit of it. That's not what I want. I'm like even though I'm a millennial, I'm a boomer with tech with StreamYards.
Hmm.
So here it is. Miles McKenzie, audio is on. All right, you see it?
Yes.
All right. Let's see how. Let's turn up the volume. I want you to hear what this guy says.
Hmm.
Wow, 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 wow. What a mess. You're alone on a planet, no hope of survival. But you're also not sitting next to Phil anymore in that cubicle, so. Win? Oh. Okay. What? What now?
Everybody hates this guy.
Samus? Samus Aran? Hey! Hey, Samus Aran! I'm stuck! Help me out! Oh! Please get me down. I'll just stay right here. Try not to die. Oh!
This game looks fantastic, by the way.
What was that? Okay, that did not sound friendly. Okay, I got it. Oh, no. What are these things?
So yeah, that was the Miles McKenzie character. So everybody's going crazy with this. Everybody's getting really pissed. Everyone's like, this game is doomed and fuck this, fuck this game and all that. I don't. I mean, I'm not the. I mean, I get why they're upset, but I don't think it's as big of an issue as they say it is. I think this is only part of the game. I think this is how he starts off, and I think it builds up. I mean, they can. I mean, I don't think. I mean, I get. I think there can still be atmosphere despite this guy. I was just curious what you. I was curious what your thoughts are.
Well, I kind of, well, without having the sake of sounding super redundant, but I do understand as well why people are upset with the limited knowledge that I have over the Metroid games. But with that being said, I do think that there needs to be some sort of commendation towards the developers because they at least want to try something new. Like you said, this isn't something that we'd see in a Metroid game, and now we see a developer that wants to do something different with their IP. And honestly, all I can say is let's just see where it goes from here because yeah, I do agree he does look like a bumbling idiot, but
that could pay off. Like you don't know how that could pay off at the end. So
yeah, like who knows? Maybe this is going to be a pretty interesting take, or this could be a failure. We don't know yet.
yeah, one idea I had, and like I said, I know you didn't play the games, but there's been several points in the Metroid series, even in the second Prime game, where where the where Samus gets like report usually log entries. So in the Prime games you can scan everything. That's a new feature. Like you press a button and you can scan an item here, or you can scan my hat or something like that, and you'll get a lot of lore. So that's the other big thing about the Prime games. Where was I going with this? So there was a point in the second Prime game where she basically finds she scans something and she finds a log entry and sees a bunch of those sees a bunch of those same Federation force troopers, Marines probably, getting killed by the main race, the main race of enemies in the second game. And it gets pretty brutal. And I think they've always wanted, and there's been other games like I think Metroid 2, heck, even Super Metroid, where Samus would stumble upon the corpses of dead civilians, dead soldiers, and all that. So this would be a way, and this, like you said, this is a new idea. this would be a way for Samus to kind of redeem herself in a way by being able to, actually being able to save some of the troops that she wasn't able to save in the past or the future, because the Prime games take place before 2 and 3 or Super Metroid, but after the first game. So it's a weird timeline they have here, but I kind of see what they're doing here with this, and so you're basically you're going on like you're basically going on missions, and if they die, you get game over basically. So and a lot of people don't like that because every Metroid game is usually her on her own, and you're out there trying to discover and figure out the world, figure out the puzzle, figure out the map, the maze of the map, and where to go, and what to do, and how to get how to get to the next area basically.
Yeah, and I think that it can still be true to that formula while also adding in some new elements.
Yeah, and I personally feel that way too. And plus, Metroid Prime games don't come out that often. When the last one
Yeah,
came out, 2007. Prime 3 came out in 2007. I was still in college, so I mean
yeah.
the fact that they came out with Prime 4 and it was 8.5. Believe it or not, it's been 8.5 years since they first announced it.
Oh wow. I
Yeah,
actually had no idea.
yeah, they announced it all the way back in 2017. And
Hmm.
because of the fact that they restarted the development, so they had someone work on it, and the work was complete crap. So they basically restarted the development in 2019, like I think January or February of that year.
Hmm.
And they're like, we're going to have Retro Studios, who made the original 3 Prime games, we're going to have them restart the development. And ever since then, it's going to be it'll be 6 years. So they spent a good over 5 years building this game from the ground up again. I don't think they reused anything from that previous build that they rejected. Um,
Yeah. If
so
anything,
yeah,
it kind of sounds like the Nintendo version of GTA 6.
I don't know any. I still haven't played, dude. I still haven't played GTA 5,
Me
or
neither.
I haven't even been through. I played 4. I played San Andreas. I played the DLC for 4, and I think that's it. I haven't played 5. I do own 5. I do have to play that. I did play the first Red Dead Redemption, and I
Mhm.
have Red Dead Redemption 2. I haven't beaten that one yet. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. I really don't really see like what the problem is, to be honest, with some of this controversy. So I just think that this is just nothing really.
yeah, that's why I think I'll have to see when the game comes out in 2 weeks, and that's the reason why I ended up I just bought my Switch 2 with Donkey Kong Bonanza, so
Nice.
I'm playing that right now. Uh, this one is I'm not this is not grabbing me as much as I was hoping it would. So compared to like Mario Odyssey and all that, but I'll keep playing. And I'll see if it does grab me.
Yeah.
Um,
Me, on the
but
other hand, I've been literally just trying all kinds of different things over the past year or so.
yeah, tell me.
So, I will say, when I was in Poland, I only had my PlayStation and my Nintendo Switch with me, but I played my PlayStation a little bit more. And out of the games that I've played, I finally got into Metal Gear Solid.
Ooh,
In
okay.
fact, I actually played
That's a
Metal.
great series to get into.
In fact, I actually played Metal Gear Solid Delta. Like that was the first one that I played.
Is that the one that just came out?
Yeah, that's the one that just came
So
out.
that's basically the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3. So you're playing them chronologically.
Yeah,
Okay.
but also I'm just kind of waiting to see like what the next ones are gonna look like if they remake them. But I'm also working on Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain now.
Yeah, that one. It's a shame because it was a good game. It was tough, um, especially like the sniper stuff. Like the
Hmm.
sniper stuff with Quiet was really tough. Like I had to really work hard in order to beat her.
Hmm. Yeah,
Snipe her and hope she didn't snipe me. So,
yeah,
um,
Let's see, and then
Yeah, that game was incomplete, unfortunately. Hideo Kojima was a little too ambitious, like too ambitious to the point where Konami didn't want to give him any more money to keep to make the game even bigger, and so they
yeah,
kind of cut it off where they did.
yeah, and I also heard that it was due to quote unquote creative differences that Hideo Kojima parted ways with Konami.
Yeah, so he's Kojima Productions is no longer part of Konami, and now he's been making delivery. What is it called? Delivery
No, it's
simulators, also known as Death Stranding.
oh yeah, I actually recently finished Death Stranding 1 too.
What'd you think?
And
I've heard mixed things about those.
well, I tried playing it for about 2 years, and I played it off and on because in the beginning it was really slow, where it is literally just you delivering packages and nothing exciting got to happen. However, as the story progressed, more action actually happened. And then I was actually invested in, oh, I want to see what this does now.
Okay.
So some of the criticism is correct with it being a walking simulator, but it's not like the worst walking simulator ever. Because at least there's a little bit more effort put into how you walk.
Okay. All right. I mean, I remember that trailer came out like right after Phantom Pain came out, and I was just like, what are we? I'm like, what are we doing here? What is this like? This abstract. What is this? What is this weird art? This weird auteur art that Kojima's trying to do with gaming. And now I don't know if you saw his recent announcement. So he has he has a new project, and he has the trans person that everybody wanted to play Zelda so that person's going to be in his new project. I don't know what this it's supposed to be.
I
He
don't know.
just showed a picture of it, and that was it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Hideo Kojima was supposed to develop a Silent Hill game, which is
Yeah,
where
yeah,
PT
yeah,
came from, right?
yeah. PK is that what it's called? PK? No,
PT. It was playable
PT.
trailer.
PT. I want to bring that up, and I want to bring that up and watch it again.
Yeah.
A lot of people were talking about that. Oh, it's 20 minutes. Oh,
Yeah. I will say, as much problems as I had with Death Stranding, I thought it was one of the best performances from Norman Reedus and Mads Mikkelsen. Like, I
yeah,
thought it was some of the best.
the Resident Evil creator Shinji Mikami. Oh yeah, I remember this now.
Yeah, I think I was a little young for this, so it's unfortunate that I think I missed it.
11 years.
Uh-huh. Because I just turned 24.
Oh man, I just yeah, I'm older than you. I'm older than you, brother.
Mhm.
Oh, I can't believe it's been 11 years. 2014.
Mhm.
I'm getting. Have you ever played any of the Resident Evils?
I tried Resident Evil 2 Remake, and I also was trying to do like the remaster of 1. But I haven't like committed to them yet.
Yeah, I liked the if the my favorite Resident Evil is the GameCube, the remake, the remake of the first game on the GameCube.
Oh,
And
nice.
then they've poured that to like the Wii, and they poured that to like every system since. You could probably pick one up on the PS4 or PS5. That's just how much Capcom milks their games. They just re-release on every platform.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked 2 remake. The whole Mr. X, stalking you in the
Mhm.
in the game was really good.
Mhm.
4, The original 4 is a fantastic game. What I'm getting from this right here is Resident Evil 7. That's the first person one.
Mhm.
That's the
Yeah,
one with
but I
the
think
Baker. That's the
that
one with the Baker family, and you're trapped in the house with them, and you're like their prisoner. And the Baker family kind of comes off like it starts off kind of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre type
yeah, like you're
family.
drinking the Kool-Aid type of family.
Yeah, and then like the dad is like kind of like Jack Torrance from The Shining, and the
Yeah,
brother is like Jigsaw from the Saw movies, and I
yeah,
forget what movie the mom is like the mom is like the fly queen is like a fly. She controls flies and bugs or something. I forget what movie that's from, but
I don't know, but anyways, I will say out of all the games that I recently played, like throughout the past year, probably my favorite was Alan Wake.
I haven't played those. I haven't played those.
Yeah, yeah, Alan Wake and Alan Wake 2 were definitely some of my favorites.
Now, what kind of game is Alan Wake? A scary game, or is it more of a
So the first Alan Wake is more so a suspense game where it's like uh heavily inspired by the old Twilight Zone films and also the TV show, like especially the old TV show.
okay?
But then Alan Wake 2 is actually turned into survival horror.
Okay, Alan Wake. Let me look that one up.
Yeah. It's made by Remedy Studios, and I think that they're by far some of the best game studios ever just because of how ambitious they are. And I'm gonna kind of spoil like what they do, but they are some of the only game studios that I've seen that not only put in live action scenes as cutscenes, but they also integrate it into gameplay.
Really,
Yeah, but this is Alan Wake 2 that does that
Alan Wake
more.
2. Okay. You mind if I put on this Alan Wake, this first Alan Wake trailer?
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
Let's see what kind of game. Ooh. Oh, this thing comes. This comes off more like a psychological horror.
Yeah, it kind of is.
It's gorgeous, Alan. Her own private island.
Is that, have you ever played Silent Hill?
Oh, I was actually playing Silent Hill 2 the other day.
Okay, I've never played those, but I know that they're very psychological, whereas Resident Evil is
Hmm.
more visceral.
Yeah.
This is just a fantasy. We're not alone in here.
Yeah, maybe there's some aspect of Resident Evil here too.
Yeah. It's kind of its own thing too, where it has its funny moments, but it also has its pretty scary moments too.
Yeah, yeah, it's got like plenty of action, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this I can dig this. This is a good trailer.
Hmm.
I don't
And
know
then,
if I didn't have this like massive if I didn't have this massive, I mean, it's right here, all those games right there, this massive
Mhm.
backlog, and then I just bought this. Games
Yeah.
are, I don't know about you, but games are getting longer,
Oh,
and
they are, sure.
I just don't have the time to play or time or even the interest to play these all the time. So I don't know. I've been giving away like games left and right to different friends, especially ones that have kids and all that. That way their kids, can have something to play with or something. So,
Hmm.
um, but yeah, yeah, So man, it's been. I'm glad. I'm glad you agreed to do this. It's been good talking to you, man.
Yeah, I know. I will say, I did kind of miss doing this, but you know how it is. Like life gets in the way, and sometimes You got to take care of like all your responsibilities thrown in front of you, which that's
Yeah,
kind of like what happened. Why I wasn't able to do YouTube for a while.
yeah. So you, I forget what was your name? What was your YouTube name? I forget. Were you like Mandalore or something or
Oh yeah, I was like Mando on fire,
Mando on Fire? That's right.
but then I tried to make like a whole different persona based off of my group of friends called Team Danky Kush, where it was gonna be a play on Melkor, like as in the first villain from Lord of the Rings, and it was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
be Melkush.
Melkush. Okay.
Yeah,
By the
but
way, yeah. So when I met Michael. I couldn't see his face. He was like the Mandalorian. I couldn't see his face. He was wearing the helmet the whole time. No, I'm kidding.
well, I mean, kind of accurate. I actually did have a Mandalorian helmet, and I might have it somewhere, but I think it's probably in storage now.
Yeah, yeah. So man, I'm tired. Hey man, this is a great stream. I'm glad you were able to spend some time to hang out with me and talk some of these things. So
Yeah, absolutely. And if I am able to commit to it, maybe I'll be popping on a little bit more and kind of talk about my adventures in Poland.
yeah, I do want to hear more about that. So
Yeah.
definitely, yeah, we definitely have to have a sequel because everything has a sequel now. Every
Mhm.
tutorial has a sequel too. The only difference is sequels get better. The sequels are better than the predecessor. It's not,
Yeah, just
it's
like
not
Terminator 2.
yeah, like Terminator 2, like Empire Strikes Back and
Hmm.
Star Trek 2 The Wrath of Khan. Gotta get your watch Star Trek one of these days.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Well, I
yeah,
gotta rewatch Star Trek is the thing. Like I think I committed to maybe season 4 or so, and then I kind of fell off. But
season
I
4.
gotta, yeah, of the original.
There were only 3.
Oh well. In any case, I think I did try to do it, but I didn't finish it.
Yeah, I mean, I could cherry pick some episodes for you. You don't really have to watch them all.
Yeah.
But in terms of the movies, I mean, the best movie to start with is The Wrath of Khan. I mean, you
Nice.
could watch the motion picture if you want to. The motion picture is a more highbrow movie, and it's one of those movies where the movie tests you on your on whether you're paying attention because there's a lot of there's a lot of there's a lot of time where there's no dialogue and they're just looking out of the the view screen and all that. So
Yeah. Would you say it's kind of like Quentin Tarantino's projects in that regard?
motion picture, no, motion picture has more in common with 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh, okay. Well, that was gonna be my next guess. I will
Um,
say I definitely watched more Kubrick films while I was away too, so that's something we got to talk about.
okay, so have you seen Eyes Wide Shut?
We don't talk about that one.
They don't talk about that one. Okay.
I saw it, and all I know is I don't think I need to see it again. Great film, but like, uh,
You know, Kubrick died before shortly after that movie released.
oh yeah, I heard about that and how he supposedly got yeeted.
Supposedly. So, um, but yeah, yeah, that. I mean, I've seen a movie I actually thought was good that is very underrated by him is Barry Lyndon.
Hmm,
So it's the one he did in the mid 70s.
okay.
It takes place in it takes place I think in the 18th century. So there's there's duels with the old type of pistols and all that.
Yeah,
Um, there's there's that revolutionary the 18th century type of warfare. So
yeah, I think I know.
yeah,
I
and
I really let's see. I really liked Full Metal Jacket. Of course, every military member loves Full Metal Jacket.
especially the first part of the movie. Everybody loves the first part of the movie. Everybody hates the second part of the movie where they're taking out the girl and the sniper girl in the city or in the
I mean,
dilapidated city.
well, yeah, I understand like why that's in the film and like what purpose it serves, but it's not as good as the first part.
Well, the first part you have, Arlie Ermy just, just saying, "We ain't racist here. You are all equally worthless." And
Uh-huh.
the whole steers and queers thing, that you hear. And how tall are you, private sir? 5'9", sir. You know.
5'9". I didn't know they stacked stuff that high.
Yeah, so it was so it was just that part of the movie was brutal. And then you had poor, Gomer Pyle. He's just not performing, and because of that, everybody else gets punished. And so then they punish him.
I
They
feel like,
punished him, and I was just like, holy crap, this is brutal.
well, it was actually all real too. Like, keep in mind, a lot has changed since the Vietnam War, which is likely the time and place that they were sending these guys out anyhow. But a lot of it is still real and still kind of happen to this day. Cert excuse me, certainly not to the extreme that it was back then,
Mm-hmm.
but it still happens.
Yeah, and it just makes it just like the whole idea. Yeah, like I was like, why are they doing this to him? Then I realized, well, it's because every time he screws up, the entire company gets punished
Hmm.
for it. So that way they were punishing him, and then after that he started getting better, and then
Yeah.
he just kind of lost his freaking mind
Hmm.
when Postal killed Arlie Ermy and then killed himself.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, and then his
was
buddy.
that Kubrick's way of saying that maybe the way the military handles things is not the best or something?
Well, when I watched that film, and I think I pretty much overanalyzed that film, I think
Or
what it was trying to suggest was like the duality of man, where you have the pseudo protagonist, Private Joker, and his friend, Private Pyle, all being put through the same situation, and it sucks. Like, both of them are enduring the same kind of suffering, but Private Joker is the one who's able to adapt, whereas Private Pyle isn't. But when Private Pyle is able to adapt, he loses himself. Instead of Private Joker losing himself too, he still maintains his humanity.
yeah,
But an argument can be made, like with how back then the mental health of soldiers was definitely not where it should have been.
yeah, because I've heard I've heard a lot of cases where a lot of former soldiers, former Marines, former military in general, like because of the hardship, the trauma they go through, that they, as they say on YouTube, self delete.
Yeah. Well, that's one way to say it, but I know we can't say the real thing.
I mean, we could. Nobody's watching. I might have 40 views by the time this is over. By the time like a few days pass. So
Yeah. And then I think the reason why I kind of understand why the second part is in the movie is the fact that you have Private Joker again going through the same stuff that all the other Marines are going through, except he doesn't choose to make some of the decisions that some of them make, whether that was brutally killing a sniper, where he only does it to spare suffering, or at least so far as we are aware of in the film, he doesn't go try to entertain himself with a woman.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that. I have to watch that again.
Yeah, it's really good.
I have to,
Maybe the
yeah,
sequel.
I have to really just watch that and really break down, like, the themes and, yeah, like you said, the dichotomy and all that. So, um,
Yeah. Well, that's gonna be something that can be saved for next time because I know it's getting late for you.
yeah, yeah. I told myself, I said, Brian, do not fall asleep. Do not fall asleep and leave Michael. Leave Michael. So
Yeah.
so I was like, okay. So I know so you've been radio silent for a while, but is there anything you want to? Anything you're doing right now? Anything you're watching? Anything you want to promote?
Well, I kind of want to go a little bit into detail of like how my life was in Poland. So, of course, for anybody who's watching who didn't know, of course, I'm going to give it like the sanitized version of it because, OPSEC, if you get what that is. I was called to serve in Poland for work as a soldier. And it was probably the best 9 months of my life, so I really loved it. And if it's perfectly all right, I think I also want to make announcement for anybody who is watching and also part of the EBN community, but I ended up meeting that special someone. And after a few months, we were engaged.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, it was incredible, and I'll talk more about it because I know it's getting late for both of us, but
I saw. I mean, yeah. I saw your profile picture. I figured there was something. I figured there was something going on.
yeah, I mean, we didn't really make it public because she doesn't really like the idea of like publicizing relationships a whole lot, like how some people do it on social
Oh yeah,
media.
you have all these pictures of all these engagement pictures, all these wedding
Uh,
pictures, and
yeah.
I'm just like, okay. I mean,
Yeah, but
you're making everyone looking jealous. I guess I don't know.
yeah. Well, I think we just want to live a modest life when it comes to that sort of thing.
Yeah,
But
a
she,
modest and very authentic, obviously.
yeah, but she has absolutely no problem with me like sharing with my friends the fact that we are engaged.
But yeah, congrats, man. Congrats, Michael.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. But yeah, we can get more into like that story and also the story of my life in Poland because,
On the
like I
next
said,
Chill Choreo.
yes. And also, I think next time we can overanalyze some of our favorite films and talk about them.
Absolutely. Michael, I have something to tell you.
Hmm.
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's niece's former roommate. Or, sorry, nephew's former roommate. So, you know what that makes us? Nothing.
No, nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's from Spaceballs.
Oh yeah, that was also a really good one.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, for me, I, I'm been cooking and been I'm uh my friend's trying to get me to do a Metroid Prime trilogy retrospective.
Hmm.
It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work and time to put together a video. So
Yeah.
it's been over a year and a half since I made an actual video retrospective. So
Hmm.
um
Yeah. I know that I mentioned like a long time ago that we could do the Majora's Mask retrospective if that was something that you'd be interested in as like a sequel to your
yeah,
Ocarina of Time one. But
I'm still open to doing that.
yeah,
I have to play I have to play Majora's Mask again
yeah, me too.
to kind of re integrate myself into the lore of that game because there's a lot of lore. It's a big game for only having 4 dungeons. There's a lot of lore. There's a lot of characters. There's a lot of stories that were really good. They're really unforgettable.
Yeah, as
Like
well
I
as
really enjoyed like all the mask collecting.
yeah, as well as this didn't even take a year to develop,
Yeah,
and the developers for Zelda made it into a pretty big game for having to reuse assets from Ocarina of Time.
yeah. And what they did and they I liked how they just like they took the passage of time and they really did a number on it.
Hmm.
Like just like characters are not in the same place they are in like day 2 compared to day 1 or day 3.
Hmm.
So like when you're chasing what's his name, Cafe into the factory.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was awesome. Like you had to
Yeah.
wait there, and you had to shadow him and get into the factory, and you had to try to get through it to get that final. I don't know if it was the Keaton mask or something before it fell into the pit.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the final part of that storyline.
Hmm.
So so yeah, but yeah, if you yeah definitely yeah, I mean if you're still interested, yeah, I'll have to because I have lore books right now, so I mean it's not like I can't do it. And
Yeah.
like I didn't play Ocarina when I did the retrospective, even though I
Hmm.
played that game a billion times. I actually downloaded
Yeah.
somebody's playthrough and kind of
Yeah.
used that as my footage. So
Mm.
I might do something
That's
similar,
funny.
but I still have not beaten the 3D or the remake of Majora's Mask on 3DS. So that's something I do have to do. So
Yeah.
then I have to beat Master Quest. I still haven't beaten Master Quest for Ocarina, so that's another thing.
Yeah.
So, um, but yeah, so I'm gonna be. But besides trying to do a video retrospective, I've asked around different people if they wanted to do Chilporio. So I know in a few weeks I'm gonna have Jay Bongo on, and we're gonna be talking about Metroid Prime. He's been replaying the
Nice.
Prime trilogy. I need to play and beat Metroid Prime Remastered. So if you haven't played Metroid Prime Remastered on the Switch, you gotta play it. You gotta get a copy. You gotta play it. It's that good. The
Yeah.
original game is just one of the greatest games of all time. Um, so we're going to be talking about that, and of course, we'll be talking about that the day before Prime 4, drops, and we're all going to be playing it. And so I'm really excited for that. That's going to be in a few weeks, and then I've been talking to other people, and I'm going to see if we can do something. So, and then the other thing that I've been trying to do, and I was hoping to finish this book series this year, but I didn't, was finish the Wheel of Time.
Hmm.
But I haven't, and I have 5 books left, and I haven't been really wanting to read it. So I do want to finish at least book 10 and book 11 this year, but it looks like I might only finish book 10 if I finish book 10. So
Yeah.
book 10 is the sloggy book. It's the one where nothing really happens. So that's why I'm not so eager to read it. So
Yeah. Well, for
uh,
me, I've also been pursuing comic book collecting more recently. Like, I've collected quite a few of them, such as Batman Hush, Batman and the Court of Owls. I've got like the first volume of the Batman Nightfall storyline. And of course, I couldn't help but want to check out Absolute Batman and the Absolute series as well. And I'm really loving that.
okay, yeah, I have a whole bunch of comics too that I haven't even read yet. So,
Hmm.
um, but yeah, I have plenty. I have plenty of. I have like I have Batman Year One is one of them. Um, got Nailbiter, Port of Earth. I have like Frank Miller's Daredevil,
Nice.
and yeah, I still haven't. I still have the. Did I finish the Ocarina of Time manga? I have a few mangas too. I have Monster, I have Berserk, and I have Akira. So
I was
yeah,
gonna say,
so
it's been a long time since I read the Zelda mangas, but I think that those were pretty silly because of
does Link
how,
talks?
well, not necessarily that, but like the four sworded one that was pretty silly, where you have like Link's different personalities, where there's like an angry one, a childlike one, a more reserved one, and then we just have regular Link.
Yeah, I haven't played. I haven't read that one. I haven't read the Four Swords one.
Oh, it's really funny, and uh, Paul would love to tell you all about it.
Okay. All right. But I think we're gonna call it here. So
All right.
so yeah, everybody, just I say uh, follow Michael. You're on Instagram.
Um, I was gonna say I would actually like everyone to be redirected to Fandomology because that's where my start was on YouTube. And even though I may not be able to pop on as often as I used to, I still kind of call that my YouTube home if I had one.
Fandomology, formerly the
Yeah.
Star Wars guys.
Yep. And I guess I'm going to say it for the first time in a few years, but thank you again for watching, everybody. And just remember that the Force is family.
That's right. You heard it. You heard it. You heard it here again. So, all right,
Mhm.
everybody, have a good night. Stay safe. Stay incorporeal. Peace.